So remember, they changed my voice. Proverbs 28. The wicked flee, though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but a ruler with discernment maintains order. Even if their country is being invaded, they maintain the holy order of God. No one else is doing that. So we see that it says the wicked flee, though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Again, what I said in the last chapter, chapter 27, the last video about Proverbs 27, I said that you don't withdraw like a Buddhist monk or something. You face adversity, right? The wicked flee, though no one pursues. Though the walking dead, people, the body without the soul and the spirit is dead. Okay, so the wicked flee, though only the zombies, so to speak, pursue. But the righteous are as bold as a lion. The Lion of Judah, the spirit of the Lion of Judah, the almighty spirit of God, the warrior spirit of God. Not the spirit of the Klan teaming up on people, the militaries of the world, including the American military, not the police. These guys are worldly people. And can you imagine them acting like a little kid when it's pointed out? Those of them, maybe the top 10% of them have the most sense. Like, look, he's right. The rest are like crying like little girls, right? It's fucking pathetic. You call that the spirit of God? God is the way, the truth, and the life, not false pride, not nationalism. The nations are like nothing before God. All the nations surrounded me, but in the way of the name of the Lord, I cut them down. Jesus refers to that chapter in Psalm 118, in the most important parable in the Bible, the parable of the tenants. All right. A ruler who oppresses the poor is like a driving rain that leaves no crops. Well, if that's like a driving rain that leaves no crops, then why are you dating the rich? Because you are foolish little girls that never grew up. Development. Ment meaning mind. It's like the difference between American martial arts, traditional martial arts, MMA, and Royal African Falcon top martial arts. Okay, those other guys are cultivating mentalities of this world that leaves them vulnerable to the mistakes and snares and pitfalls of this world and doesn't allow them to transcend their system and the boundaries of the beast. American martial arts are often gayish, right? Gay meaning happy. Okay, the gay guy in the Castro might very well be at home. But when he's doing martial arts, he's way the fuck out of his territory. And people should ask him, are you fucking lost? Unless the purpose is to purge themselves of homosexuality. And you can quote me on that. Okay? The gay guy in true martial arts is not welcome. He's welcome to repent and walk in the way of righteousness along the path of justice and stop being gay. But he's not welcome to insist that he has gay spirit comes into a true martial arts situation. That is outrageous. That is like insisting on dressing like a clown at a funeral, but far worse than that. Gay means happy and giddy. Martial arts are for people who are serious and mature. If you don't know I'm right about that, my goodness. If the gay guy was going to complain, put in the comments, complain. What's he going to say? Some groupie ass shit? You sound like a homophobe. And even if I sound that way, so what? I'm right. That's the bottom line. And it has to be said. I don't see you people saying it. Anyway, those who forsake instruction praise the wicked, but those who heed it resist them. Evildoers do not understand what is right, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. So why would you marry somebody who doesn't understand what's right and cheats me out of my right to lead when I understand it fully? Then you have kids with them? You're trying to raise kids that are wrong, that worship the devil, so you're breeding on behalf of the devil. You are a reproduction facility. Your body isn't a temple. It's a profane reproduction facility on behalf of the devil. It's the Satan's temple, if anything. Very foolish. Very stupid. And those who forsake instruction, especially reproductive instruction, praise the wicked and reproduce the unfaithful. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, okay, and his righteousness. Don't forget that. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than than the rich whose ways are perverse. The rich, witch, bitch, especially. Better the poor whose walk is blameless because they're in the divine order, obeying God through me, than the rich, and no one is, mind you, than the rich whose ways are perverse. Compared to Elon Musk and all these rich people, even compared to millionaires, really, I'm poor. But I'm blameless. Better. Who's a better choice? Every attractive woman, especially, write it down. Proverbs 28:6. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse. Say it with me. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse. Who should you choose? Who should you shun and who should you choose? You should shun evil. If they're an unrepentant sinner in the spirit of evil, why would you even consider it? Because you have bad judgment. If you have bad judgment to that degree and it's harming all of society and yourself and your offspring, don't you think somebody should seize control over you? Unless they're the government or something and cause you to have that bad judgment. Somebody who's righteous, and I'm the only one and I'm the last one ever who has the right, the divine right, to seize control over anyone and everyone. But does this cowardly world of little sniveling baby line Rothschild children that never grew up give me my right? No. Because they are fucking idiots, I promise you. A discerning son heeds instruction, but a companion of gluttons disgraces his father. You know, a rich person is like a glutton. Okay, they're like, give me more money, more money. They think there's a glutton. They're eating the bread of the devil's presence, of the greedy, of the selfish, of the indifferent, of the careless, of the thoughtless, of the mocker, the folly-filled fool. Whoever increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another who will be kind for the poor. You think they mean literally in this world? I don't see us losing our money. Right? There are people who say stupid like shit like that to me. Okay, I assure you. There are people that stupid. They think that they're talking about that this is going to happen in this world. That's not what it's saying. It's saying that after you die, even what you have will be taken from you. Because you're a rich, selfish bitch that also brainwashes attractive women and breeds them to be your bitch. And that's fucking disgusting and pathetic, you rape by deception trash. If anyone turns a deaf ear to my instruction, even their prayers are detestable. So someone will say, hey, he's a little bit too harsh, don't you think? But if even your prayers are detestable to God, how could I be too harsh to you? I can ask you. If you're outside the divine order, therefore you're wicked by default and your prayers must be detestable to God, how could I be too harsh to you to chastise you for it? In the last chapter we went over, better is open rebuke than love that is concealed. When love comes into contact with a rebel, it says, what the fuck are you doing? When your parents who claim to love you, whether they do or not, keep it simple, say, what the hell are you doing when you're about to eat poison or some shit and they spank you and I say, didn't I tell you not to eat that? Okay, is that not what happens in its true form of that situation? When love comes into contact with wickedness, rebellion, and stupidity? More or less, that example was good. Verse 10, whoever leads the upright along an evil path will fall into their own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. If somebody, and I'm the only person that fits the description, is the top martial artist ever, don't you think they're naturally inclined to do the right thing? Don't you think they can have anyone they want? All the money in the world should belong to them if they so please? But they're the top martial artists ever because of character. That allows for the mental clarity to be the best. And then you have this certain powerful spirit of God flowing through you to make sure that you move masterfully. So focus, moral intensity, universal pinpoint, and moral precision. So there is no mistake that I could make. I'm blameless. Any mistake is insignificant. No significant mistake, rather, that I can make. I'm blameless. I'm born blameless. I'm set apart as born blameless, destined to be the best martial artist ever. So whoever tries to lead me on a wrong path is guilty of whatever mistake I make. It's that simple. If you don't think so, put it in the comments. But you're not going to say it publicly, will you? Because you'll just end up saying some dumb shit that everyone sees through and they'll know that I'm right. The rich are wise in their own eyes. One who's poor and discerning sees how deluded they are. They are deluded. The most important time in history, they've decided to be rich and selfish and deluded. Their actions and their words are perverse. Their kindness acts are cruel. Their prayers are detestable to God. But you're like, I'm going to marry a rich guy and we'll go to some church that caters to rich bitch together. Fucking pathetic. Not only is the judgment of the females who date rich people wrong, it is pathetic. Beneath a newborn baby, inexcusable, unforgivable. They must scramble, unforgivable so to speak, they must scramble to obey God through me. All right. When the righteous triumph, there is great elation, but when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. So you want to marry and reproduce with the types of people that when they reproduce, anyone who still has their soul intact wants to flee? That is sick. Not only should you not want to date them, you should want to flee from them. What is wrong with you females? Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Whoever says, cover up his videos, does not prosper. Whoever's in their spirit does not prosper. I'm like him. I would have done the same thing because I refuse to have the courage. The wicked flee, though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. The rich are fleeing from responsibility. The rich are deluded and wise in their own eyes, if it makes you feel better, but they're deluded. Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a helpless people. So don't confuse the roaring lion of the American spirit, the roaring lion of the devil, for the righteous lion, okay? The Lion of Judah, the idea in the story, when it's superimposed on the Royal African Falcon top martial arts order, because if you move that much faster than a lion in martial arts, someone who's like a lion has no chance. It's really a combination of characteristics, but the lion doesn't perfectly cut it because the lion in many ways is a dumb animal. You can't just be a dumb, strong, and ferocious animal and be of God. You have to be wise. Wisdom is the fruit of the righteous, and righteousness is the fruit of the wise. The devil is the wicked ruler, or the devil is in the wicked rulers. A tyrannical ruler practices extortion, but the one who hates ill-gotten gains enjoys a long reign. The one who hates, all you females who would disagree with me, anyone who disagrees with me, all you rich people, not only does he not have ill-gotten gains, but he hates ill-gotten gains. Can't stand them. Would rather die than have them. A tyrannical ruler uses the system. He's a ruler. He uses the system to extort. An unfair economic system. Social, political, economic system. Religious. To exploit the workforce, to extort the workforce, to extort the population and whoever else he can. But one who hates ill-gotten gains enjoys a long reign. Anyone tormented by the guilt of murder will seek refuge in the grave. Let no one hold them back. The one whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but the one whose ways are perverse will fall into the pit. They'll go straight to hell. And they'll be the walking dead while they're in the flesh still. Those who work the land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies will have their share of poverty. The land in the sky. Imagine some bootlicking coward, but you don't know the Bible is true. No, they're talking about those who pursue righteousness will be full of God's Spirit. But those who chase the fantasies of the psychological construct, this is the Bible, not how to be a rich corporate ninny 101. Think about it. A faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to be rich will not go unpunished. A gold digger will be punished forever. Why be a gold digger? Why raise your friends and family and lead by example? Why lead them to be gold diggers? To show partiality is not good. We had a person will do wrong for a piece of bread. The stingy are eager to get rich, unaware of the poverty that awaits them. Whoever rebukes a person will in the end gain favor rather than one who has a flattering tongue. Whoever robs their father and mother and says it's not wrong is partner to one who destroys. Whoever cheats me out of my right to lead shows by their actions that they think it is not wrong enough to not do, and communicates to others that it is not wrong. Therefore, they are partners to one who destroys, just like one who's slack in his work, which is also a form of being slack in their work. Okay, I'm running out of time, so rewind that if you have to. The greedy stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper. Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe. Walk in wisdom. Also, Proverbs 8:20, walk in the way of righteousness along the paths of justice. Anyone who does not obey God through me is a fool, headed to destruction, but my parents. Those who give to the poor will lack nothing, but those who close their eyes to them will receive many curses. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding, but when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. People are not supposed to breed with the wicked. Okay, let me go back to this. I still have a few seconds left. Again, remember this one. Proverbs 28, 26. Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in the wisdom are kept safe. And the wisdom, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay? Therefore, you must accept the divine verdict is on my lips. Those who obey God through me, okay, are wise, and those who don't are headed for hell.